Ugly game, ugly results, and it's over.
That's some pretty highlights in terms of video excitement of Game 6. Philly Sixers trying to stay alive. Iverson, as reported at 6 o'clock, was late for the game. He did not get there until, we saw him pulling in about 7 o'clock tonight. We waited for him. The report was that he was caught in traffic. That's what he said afterwards. Traffic was tough getting down there. He got there just about 35 minutes before the tip. Here we go. Traffic overtime. Sixers down by 6, but Iverson on the drive. He can tie it at 89. They're going crazy, but then Chauncey Billups with his third three in overtime. Unbelievable. Sixers are down 3. Here's the play. They're down by 3, hoping maybe to go for a quick 2, force a foul or something like that, and Iverson, no. And so it ends. 93-89. Sixers are done in 6, and so it ends for your Sixers tonight. Quickly, let's go live to the first inning center and Phil Andrews. And what happened tonight, Phil?
Oh, boy, what didn't happen, I guess, is what you need to ask the question, Gary. You know, there was a period of time in the third period, 7-minute span, where the Sixers failed to get a field goal. But going back to the first period, well, they had that 16-0 run to lead by 14, and you thought, all right, this is it. This team is going back to Detroit for Game 7. But as it turned out, their 101st game of the season was their last game of the season.
Now, I feel bad, obviously, you know, because this is another season going by, and my dream didn't come true. You know, but I think it's a lot. You know, I had to look in the mirror at myself.
Nothing really, you know, went our way, and it happens like that. But, you know, I can be proud of the guys in this locker room and just playing with them because, you know, each and every time we left it on the floor. You know, we went out and we played hard each night, and, you know, a lot of times it didn't go our way, but the effort was, you know, the effort was always there, and that's something that...
Of course, the question is, that man right there, Aaron McKee, will he be back with the 76ers next year? You know, this is what happens when a team loses like this. Changes to be made in the offseason. What new players will be coming in? What new players will be coming from other teams? And who won't be here from this year's team? Those questions are all left to be answered in this off-season that has come all too soon. Live from the First Union Center, I'm Phil Andrews, Channel 6 Action News.
And the big question, Phil, what about Larry Brown for next year? That's the one you got to talk about as well. Thank you, Phil Andrews. Phillies down in Houston. Got some highlights. Phillies are tied at 2 in the 8th inning, but then you got Real Cormier giving up the hit for Lance Berkman. Right about the time the Sixers were losing, this is happening as well. One of those moments when all the bad stuff comes together. Convergence, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. The Astros do defeat Larry Bow and the Phillies by the score of 4-2. It's that negative convergence with Venus and Mars, and tough night in Philadelphia it was, yes.